Hello, online crew. Welcome to Social Media Tip of the Week, edition 24. So I'm just going to mention a couple of little Facebook updates for you to watch out for. There's one of them all of you should watch out for. The second thing that I'm going to talk about will relate to whether you are an Instagram user or not, but the intention behind the change is something that you should know anyway. So there's always things changing on the social media platforms, particularly Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg said many months ago that the future of Facebook is going to be private. So there are things changing in the background as to how this platform is going to be utilized and maximized, in the future. So one of those things is within Facebook Stories. And the other thing is the interoperability of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And they're all going to come together. So that's what I'm going to share with you sort of today. So some things to watch out for. And these things are already, well, 2 out of the 3 that I'm going to tell you about are already here. Whether you have them or not is another thing. The one I'm going to talk to you about regarding Facebook Stories, I can't see it on my Facebook Stories yet. So it's being rolled out at the moment. So you may not see it, but it's definitely something sort of to watch out for. So as you're jumping in, say hello, put the palm tree down below. Facebook's done it to me again. I can't see comments again. So if you have said hello to me, thank you very much. I'll catch up with your comments after the live. If you can give me some hearts there, then I might be able to pick the head, pick the face. That's what it resorts to when I can't see your comments, is that if you give me some love in the corner, then I might be able to pick your profile picture. Other than that, we've got Laurie on. I can see your profile picture there. It comes down to me looking at circles that are about that big. Hey Jen, how are you? We've got Olive. Good to see you guys on. Who else have we got? It's so tiny as well. That's Monica. I recognize yours. We've got Patricia on. Gosh, it's quite silly when I'm resorting to, we got Julie on, when I'm resorting to sort of pick the head. But anyway, I do have my backup phone here. So we'll pull it up quickly and say hello to you guys. So the palm tree emoji is the mascot. We've got Mel there for our community here. And if we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin and I am your online crew captain. So of service to this awesome online crew community here full of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, network marketers, direct sellers, those in MLM. And we are here to learn how to leverage social media to build your business in the modern way. We certainly don't want to chase anybody or hassle anybody to buy anything off us or to join us in our business. We truly want to attract people to us online by doing attraction marketing strategies and certain things on social media that gets people's attention. So you can build your fans and followers and have people reach out to you instead of you having to sort of hassle and reach out to people yourself. So that's what we talk about here at the beginning of the week. I do something to do with personal development, personal growth. Then all through the week, I talk about social media stuff. I go live 5 times a week at exactly the same time. So put your notifications on if you don't want to miss any of my free training. And at the end of the week, I like to give you some kind of tip, something to watch out for, something to do, something to reiterate, something to emphasize that, I really think that you should pay attention to or be aware of. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'll tell you what those are in a moment. I'll just chime in with my, turn my volume down here so I'm not listening to myself. So let's see who we have got on. We've got Lynn and Olive. Sandrine, hello, good to see you on. Patricia, yes, trying to keep warm. It's very cold in Australia. We're in winter at the moment, so I'm trying to rug up. We've got Monica, Belinda, Jen. Awesome to see you guys on. So thank you for joining me. So what I want you to watch out for, and I took a photograph of it, although this is on my old phone, so I'm not sure how well this is going to show, guys. But when you go into Facebook Stories now, you should see this. So when you go into Facebook Stories, you can choose what you want to do on Facebook Stories, or you can go into your camera roll and actually take a picture, or it's going to actually pull up, what's already sitting in your camera roll, and you pick your story from there. So up the top, these ones here, it's like text, so you can do a background and just type something in. You can take a selfie of yourself. The boomerang, which is the one that just sort of, you take a little video of something and it goes back and forth, and then it's got poll on the end. So what Facebook's trying to do with stories is get more people to use them. Now, they appreciate that it's widely used, like there are millions of people using Facebook stories, but they want more people to concentrate on Facebook stories than the newsfeed. So they're trying to bring in other options to make it easier to use, Facebook stories. So they're bringing in a new one, and I don't have it yet in these tiles to choose from. So check yourself after you're off this live. And it's called a slideshow. So it's going to be one of those options to choose from. And when you press on slideshow, it's just going to allow you to pick up a whole lot of photographs of your own and make a little slideshow and then just post the slideshow. So why they're doing this is to get more people to use Facebook stories, but also to get the older generation to embrace stories, because some of them are a little bit fearful of the modern technology side of it. And for people that are not using Facebook stories, much, to make it really easy and simple to use. And that's what this slideshow option will do. So when you click on it, as I said, you can just pick up a whole lot of pictures that you've got in your camera roll, and you just sort of basically create a slideshow and pop it into your stories. So you don't have to put text on anything. You don't have to take a video of anything. You don't have to do a poll or a boomerang or anything. You're literally just picking up images that are already in your camera roll and turning it into a little slideshow. So just watch out for that one, guys, because it's going to be a really simple and easy one for you guys to embrace in the stories section, because, the emphasis really is on stories, and it's on track to take over the traditional news feed. So if you're not aware, the algorithm for Facebook stories is completely different to the algorithm for the news feed. And the traditional news feed as we know it today is not going to look like that in the future. And it's going to be more of a stories news feed where content disappears, and that it'll be vertical, like it'll fill your whole screen. So now when you go through your news feed, you get like post after post when you scroll through. When we look at stories, it fills our whole screen. And the other thing that I really want you guys to be aware of is what's happening over in Messenger and what's coming for Messenger, and the integration of Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and messages in Instagram, and the WhatsApp. So Facebook is, as time goes by, going to interconnect all of those three platforms. So one of the other things that they're working on with Instagram, if you're an Instagram user, is they're completely redeveloping and reworking their Instagram chat function with the Messenger technology. So people are going to be able to, from Instagram, be able to connect with people directly in Facebook Messenger, which you can't do at the moment. So things are changing, guys. The other thing that you can do now, this change is already here, is if you have a business page, so it has to be a business page, and you have something called Creator Studio. You'll know if you've got that if you just go and pull up your business page on a computer, and it'll be one of the options at the top if you've got it. So if you go into Creator Studio, you can actually connect to Instagram if you're using it, and you can post from your Creator Studio on Facebook directly to Instagram, and even schedule things and posts in advance to Instagram from the Creator Studio on Facebook. So things are starting to interconnect. You may not be an Instagram user, you may be, but this is something just to be aware of, guys, moving forward, is keep your eyes on two things: Facebook stories and the new features that come out. And you want to be using Facebook stories so you do get the new features when they come out. So those of you with a business page, I told you about an update a little while ago that you can actually put a link in your story now if you've got the feature. So there's a little picture of a link only on a business page. It's not on your personal stories. And you can have that link through to somewhere, link through to a website, link through to a landing page or a capture page if you use them to capture somebody's email address for something. So there's all these things that are changing, and they're going to get better and better and better, and you're going to be able to utilize them in a way that's going to help you build your business on social media. So you can't ignore it. We need to keep our eye on it. When there's new things that come out, embrace them. Because then when there's additionally new things that come out, you're going to get it first, because you're going to be an active sort of stories user. Same thing with Instagram. If you're an Instagram user, watch the interoperability between the platforms, because it's already growing. So being able to use your Creator Studio from your Facebook business page and schedule posts in advance on Instagram, like the platforms are becoming, more as one. And this is where we're moving. And something you really want to keep an eye on is Messenger. Because there's going to be things that we're going to be doing Messenger that we now do on the newsfeed. Stories and personal profiles are going to be seen more in the Messenger platform in time to come. I don't know how long that's going to be. That could be, a year away. But learning Messenger, being really familiar with Messenger and keeping on top of these updates will always keep you guys ahead of the game. So you want features when they're released. The only way you're going to get new features first is that if you're actually using them and sort of just playing around with them. You don't need to be an expert at using Facebook stories or anything like that, but just play around with them and use the feature, because they're giving coverage and higher organic exposure in Facebook stories than they are in the newsfeed. So why wouldn't you be there giving yourself more organic exposure? But a massive warning with Facebook stories, guys. Make sure your stories are set to public. You would know that by when you're doing a story, there'll be an option at the bottom that I think it says, what does it say? I'm not sure if I'm going to see it on my old phone. So features and stuff like this that I'm talking about will depend on the age of your phone. It will depend on the type of your phone. So if you have an Android phone, you will not get the features as quick as those with an iPhone. It's just the way it is. And if you've got an older phone, you might not have some of these features. So if I add to my story, and so I'm just playing with my old phone. So take a picture. I'll take a picture. Okay, yeah. So I've just taken a picture of myself in my Facebook stories. And the third button in on this phone, so it might look different on your phone, but this is my old phone. So the third option down the bottom, so the first one says effects, so I can put stuff on it, emojis and stickers and stuff like that. The second one is if I want to save it to my camera roll. So I can save it to my camera roll before I post it to stories, because remember, stories only last for 24 hours. So if it's actually something that you want to keep, a nice picture of yourself with some cool emojis on it, save it first to your phone, then post it to your stories, because it's gone in your stories, after 24 hours. The third one is called privacy. So a little wheel comes up. And this is where it says, is it public? Is it friends and connections? Is it friends or is it custom? Please make sure your stories are public. So how you can check that is when you actually do a story and you've actually taken your picture or your little video or your boomerang, whatever you're doing, and check that little privacy button at the bottom. Make sure your stories are going to public, because you could be doing some awesome stories on your phone, but if it's not set to public, only your friends, and people that are connected with you via Messenger are actually going to see it. And just also keep in mind that in stories, when you do things like polls, and it requires some interactivity, like on a poll, only your friends and connections, like Messenger connections, can actually sort of comment on that. So we want everybody to see it, and if you're not set to public, then it's only going out to your sort of friends and your connections in Messenger. And I'll ask you, is that your target market? If your target market is much wider than your friends and connections in Messenger, then make sure your stories are set to public so the external sort of world can see them and pick up on them. Okay, so really, I've talked about stories before, but there are some new updates like this one that's going to say slideshow. It's going to be so easy for people to use. If you're not using all the other features in Facebook stories, you just whack some photos from your camera roll in your slideshow and just post it to Facebook stories. So, really, really easy, okay? So, my tip for this week is Facebook stories, keeping an eye on Messenger and changes that are happening over there, and watching the interoperability between, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So if you do use all three platforms, then in the future, it's going to be really, really cool for you to connect with people on the different platforms rather than what we do now. We've sort of got some social media happening over here on Facebook, some social media happening here on Instagram, and some social media stuff happening over here on WhatsApp, if you use them all. So having those all connected sometime in the future is going to be much more beneficial to people's marketing, less time consuming, and, enable you to have greater connections. Okay, so lots to keep an eye on and, watch out for. But the very first one would be Facebook stories and keeping an eye on whether you get that slideshow feature. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in with your comments. So we've got Anna. Hello, Anna. We've got Tina. Sorry, guys, I can't see comments, so I'm just checking my old phone. More and more opportunities to build relationships with people. Absolutely. And huge focus on Messenger because of that privacy. So Facebook has got into massive trouble in the past regarding privacy. So Messenger enables that sort of privacy. So they're going to push certain features that we see on the newsfeed into sort of Messenger. And this is where those of you that are still building on a personal profile, in time to come, if you want external exposure regarding your business, you're going to need to be on a business page sometime in the future. I always advise people to start now because it's really where the future of your business is. Like, you want to be building fans and followers now and a profile now, and not waiting for the time where personal profiles sort of go back into lockdown and it's only sort of friends and family again, and you can't sort of get to the external network, you can't get to the big wide world of the internet. You're just losing opportunities if you're not focusing on that now. Each to their own, you do what you want to do, but knowing what's coming, I would highly recommend that people, establish a business page of some sort now. Hey, Ethel. We've got Peter. Hey, Shirley, watching from Canada. Monica, great tips. Thanks, Monica. So I'll catch up with your comments in a moment because I can't see them on screen. But I just want to give you some insight of that. And keep your eyes and ears open, guys, because nothing ever stays the same in social media. And if this is the world that you're living in to build your business online, you need to be aware of this kind of stuff to stay ahead of the game and capitalize on it. Use things first. Be aware of what's coming, what's here, what's new, and go and have a little play around. There's not always going to be, a course or a training or things that are brand new, in Facebook or Insta or, whatever. So the best thing that you can do on social media is just start playing around. Fail forward, guys. Just, it's a term that I like to use a lot, is just fail forward. That's how you learn, is actually doing things. Not listening to me here and learning about it, go, oh, that's pretty cool, and then not do anything with it. Go to your stories, have a look, and then go back next week and the week after and see if you've got that new slideshow feature, and then use it when it comes out. Because you'll be favored in the algorithm if you embrace things that are new, okay? Facebook, when they put something up that's new, the connectivity to Instagram, what's coming with messages, people from Instagram being able to get connected to people in messages, like in Facebook messages, all that kind of stuff, they're going to favor and give exposure and more organic reach to those of you that are embracing it first, okay? So embrace these kind of things first. All right, so was that helpful or useful or interesting to you to know sort of what to watch out for and what's coming? Let me know down there. Always interested to hear whether this is interesting to you or not. So at this point in time, at the end of the week, it's the weekend for me. It will be the start of the weekend for a lot of you. So I hope you have a very blessed, joyful, amazing weekend at the time of this video that it is. And I look forward to seeing you guys with much more awesome information next week. Keep going, those of you that are in the video challenge. We're a few days in now, or a couple of days in, for those of you that are participating in the 21-day Facebook Live, Online Crew Facebook Live video challenge. We've got over 600 people in that group trying to fight their fear of live video, and I couldn't be prouder of you guys. There was somebody that wrote in the group just a couple of days ago that they're like, no, I won't do this one, I'll do the next one. And then they just pulled themselves out of it, and it's like, why am I making all these excuses? Like when you say that to yourself, I won't do this one, I'll do the next one. It's just you're letting your excuses win rather than your dreams. So I'm going live later today for those in the video challenge to give you the content for day 5, 6, onwards. Okay, so I'll see you guys over there. So for the rest of you, I will catch you next week. Bye.